Bow, welcome back, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome back to Crypto After Dark. Professor Keith, regular Keith, Carolina Keith, whatever kind of Keith you need me to be. Just Keith to me. That's all I really care about. Just regular Keith. So, things keep plugging along, doing almost exactly absolutely nothing from what they were doing last time. What did you expect, right? Anything different? No. So, we can hope and we can wish, but we don't always get what we want, do we? So, without further ado, let's hit them charts. If you haven't done so, please hit the like button. They're free. They cost nothing to hit like. Nothing. Free dollars. Zero. All that does is help us out, pushes up the YouTube algorithm. So the more people see what we do, more people get the message, more people learn, more people grow from this, more people get better at what they do. They make smarter investments with their money, and they do better, make more money, and we all get richer together. We'll get in a little bit more tonight on what happens when you don't be smart with your money, including some things that are already starting to pop up on the interwebs. So, one thing at a time though, charts first, right? Again, if you haven't done so, please go hit like. We appreciate all the likes we can get here. We're a small time channel. We'll probably always be a small time channel because we don't shill anything here. So, it is what it is, right? Let's say hey to some people, but we'll give that a couple minutes for everyone to jump in here before we say hey, so that way there's more time for people to come in and talk. I don't like to hog up all the time. And also, there we go. I had the messages over here were messed up and I couldn't see what I was typing. So anyway, first things first, you saw the thumbnail. All right. I said everything was right on the edge. And here's what I'm talking about. Okay. We'll start with this and then we'll work into everything else. And by the way, the timestamps haven't been working correctly on the videos, including the last video I made. Timestamps weren't correct on it either. So I couldn't get it to work right. No matter what I did, didn't seem to want to work. So I may have to go through and create a whole new video description stuff to try to get the timestamps to work. So sorry about the timestamps. So first things first, Bitcoin. Now, last week, right, we had this big green candle followed by bearish engulfing. And then on the live stream that same day, we just made a doji candle and nothing much happened. All right, since then, multiple other doji candles followed by a lot of good buy volume here. Felt good. You saw a big surge in price at the beginning of the week. And since then, flat. Not much has happened. Came up and had that nice surge. Almost made a new high. Didn't quite do it yet. Almost, but not quite yet. And then rolled back over and gave you more red candles right after the big buy volume candles that you had. Also, if you notice, you had nice long wicks on the bottom of these candles. All these indicative of buy pressure. What's the difference? What does it matter? What about buy pressure? What about sell pressure? Buy pressure is very important. We look for this all the time, especially when we think we're having a bull market. Right? If we think we're having a bull market, we want to see buy pressure on the lot of bottom of the candles. This shows us that the bears are simply not in as much control as they were before. All right. Buy volume helps move the trend in the right direction. And people ask me all the time, what about this? What about that? Can we just stick to the chart and use the data that we have to make a better answer? And the answer is yes, I think we can. So I don't have any other indicators up here right now. It's just the trend line and just candles. So I want you to notice that going all the way back to January, the 1st of January, when all this started, we're still hanging on to that. It hasn't relinquished it yet. It did bounce. I'm sorry, my nose is bothering me. It did bounce cleanly off the trend line here. Right? But then it hasn't really done much else. I do like the fact that we're not making a lower low. We're making a bit of a higher low here, which is good. But I need to see it close and maintain over the previous high. And the previous high was Monday, right? Or last Wednesday, I'm sorry. And it hasn't quite done that yet. Been a week, didn't manage to make it. Came close, but didn't do it. So again, everything gets delayed for another week. We have to sit and wait for this to happen. All right. This is all fine and well and seen it to be counterintuitive to the dollar index, which we'll talk about next. But I want to put some indicators up here to show you a little more. All right, here's the 821 and 50 moving average. So nice big buy volume right to the 50 and bounce and fail. And since then has not broken back over it. 50 moving average starting to roll over and flatten a little bit, which is pretty typical though. We want to see these moving averages flatten. However, I want to be on top of all of them. I don't want to be in between them like we are now. They create a barrier to progress. That barrier to progress is going to slow us down. I don't want us to slow down. I want everything to keep going full speed, right? Realistically speaking, that doesn't happen like we want it to. So after we bounced this 50 moving average, we pushed back down to the 821 EMA. We never got an 821 cross, as you see. Came close, didn't happen. This is why you should wait for confirmation a lot of times, right? It's just easier and best. Now we're sitting in the wait a minute zone. What is the wait a minute zone? The wait a minute zone is the area between the 8 EMA and the 21 EMA. That's the green and the purple. 8, 21. All right. That area is called the wait a minute zone. So what does that mean? It means wait a minute. So we don't really have anything much to do here except watch. I will show you this. This is the Bitcoin CME. Bitcoin CME, same thing. But moves a little smoother. And by smoother, I mean it's off on the weekends. So the price action tends to be contained to beginning of the week, end of the week, right? Excuse me. My nose is killing me. All right. Over 821, but failing. You didn't get an 821 cross on this one either. And I'll turn the candles off here for you so you can see. Well, it used to be a lot easier to do this. They've taken the stuff a little different on TradingView. But either way, as you see, you did not get an 821 cross. You have the downward cross. You did not have the upward cross. You want to see an upward cross. Hasn't got it yet. Will we get it? Man, we really don't know. So let's stop acting like we do, right? I'm hopeful that it bounces this trend line and hangs on, but I don't know that for sure. So I'll put the candles back up there so you can see. Not much different here, only there's a big disparity between the 50, 100 moving averages and the 200. Very large disparity there. That disparity could create issues moving forward. Not quite sure yet. We're still over the 50 and the 100. Still trying to maintain, still trying to, I got a lint on my microphone. Still trying to maintain, still trying to move forward. Can't say too much about it until that does something different. I had the blue lights on tonight because I didn't want to do red and I didn't want to do green because we're kind of neutral. So I made sure I wore the Panthers colors with the blue light. The Cryptic Wolf on Twitter sent me this Steve Smith jersey. So you're damn right I'm going to wear it. That'll be a gift probably. Damn right I'm going to wear it. So thank you for that, brother. I told you I'd wear it and I'm wearing it. If we look back here to Bitcoin regular for a moment, you'll see that it is trying to flip back and forth between green and red here. So coming into the end of the week, we're going to hit a watch and see moment. All right. I don't want anyone to panic or do anything crazy. I did make some small buys recently. I bought Solana. I bought, oh gosh, what all did I buy? I bought Solana. I bought VRA I already had. I bought some AMP. And why did I buy AMP? Well, this thing looks horrible. I mean, it's done absolutely nothing overall. By the way, I told everyone in the Discord that I did this. In case you didn't know, right? Over in our Discord, I tell everybody every move I make. Every time I buy something, every time I sell something, I list it in the Discord so everyone knows what I'm doing so there's no BS, all right? I try to keep it very straightforward and no horse shit, none of that stuff, right? I try to be as straightforward and transparent as I can. Not a lot of other people on crypto Twitter are going to do that or YouTube or anything else. So I'm going to stick to what I do. People are going to hate me for that. And they're going to say, why do you do that? They're going to say, well, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Man, look, I don't think there's any reason to hide stuff from people like that, right? We can be straight up about it. I already know, people already know how much money I have. I talk about it all the time, how much I have to spend and how much I'm going to spend, right? I'm not rich or anything. So anyway, I'm trying to do the best I can with what I got. So I'll keep it that way. I bought Solana. What else did I buy? Y'all, I don't remember. I I already had SHIB and Doge. VT, I already had that Link, already had that Flux. Did I buy some Flux? I don't remember. I'll look it up later and I'll post it in the Discord. Everybody already knows what I bought. Whatever. Now we can say hey to everyone. We got about 40 people on. If you haven't done so, please hit like. They are free. 25 of you have not hit like yet. I can tell that because Google's telling me that right over here on the right. Just hit the like button. It's easy and free. Subscribe while you're there. We're getting close to 10,000. So, Jill Sandwich. Hey, Keith, could you be DBC? Already got you wrote down. I'm going to hit that one soon. Thank you, brother. Win Mullet. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Professor with the training camp buzz. Damn right, sir. I didn't show you, but I got a Bryce Young jersey in there in the mail yesterday, too. And a Miles Sanders jersey, even though I'm not a Miles Sanders fan, but my son is. So he got Miles Sanders. My other son got a Bryce Young jersey like I got. So I got 2 Bryce Young jerseys. Remember when it was just me? Boy, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Lunatic Prophet, Bullish CEO, good to see you guys. Jag, Ariana, hello, ma'am. How are you? Kelly Slade, how you doing down there in what do you call that? Central America. Let's see. Poochie 24, what's up? Good to see you. Cryptos 11, good to see you. JD Crypto, Sir Sigma. By the way, Sir Sigma posts a ton of stuff over in the Discord in the stock section. You guys come say hi and hang out. Sometimes I watch literally everything he says or write it down because I love it when other people besides me have something to say. It's nice. And he likes stocks more, so I listen to what he says and what he writes down and what he does. I think he's pretty darn good at what he does, so you guys should check it out too. We do more than just crypto. We do stocks, Forex, everything else in the Discord. It's all over there. Cryptic Wolf, there he is. Wow, good to see you, brother. Tex survived 115 in the shop today. Well, we had heavy thunderstorms here today, so it wasn't as hot. But as they say in the South, we get heat, and then after the heat, we get rain, and then after the rain, the sun comes right back out and then boils you like vegetables. Steams you like vegetables. Jeremy Monroe, what's up, brother? Where's the liver? I know, right, brother? I said liver instead of live in the Discord, and he called me out on it. I'm like, I'm not even going to change it. I'm going to leave it there. Anonymity, good to see you. I feel your pain, Tex. Yeah, he says 98, friggin' ridiculous. Humidity's around 90, 95 for like a storm coming. Yep. Gosh, my nose, man. Dreamer, good to see you. Daya, Guise, Maine. Can I look at XDB? Yes, hang on a second. XDB. I want to encourage everyone to get one nice pen. I have one nice pen. I got this in Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii real quick. Prayers up for you guys. I know it's been rough out there with the wildfires. It absolutely sucks. Hawaii's a beautiful place. And to see it get ripped apart like it is blows, man. I feel super bad for the people. And I think 35 people or 25 people have died. Horrible, horrible stuff. Okay. So keep those guys in your prayers. Remember them. And let's hope they get back to the way they had things. Ton of history there. And I hate to see it go down like that. So shout out to you guys. Stay tough. All right. If I ever get the money, I'm coming back, and we'll go say hey to everybody we can who watches over there, because I know some of you guys in Hawaii watch because I talked to you while I was there. So let me hit this nose spray real quick because my nose is killing me. Hold on. By the way, I've got no beer tonight. I've got, that was loud. The whiskey with the sphere ice. What are we going to have? Well, I've been thinking about it. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking maybe some Larceny. I have hardly drank any of this, all right? Larceny. 1870. I think I'll have some, though. It's calling my name. Get back to the Crypto After Dark vibe. We haven't done it in a while. Been drinking beer instead of whiskey, but I got some for you tonight. All right. Cheers, everybody. That's pretty good. One more. That's pretty good. Not going to lie. All right. He said, I've been meaning to turn some pins, done bowls, cups, clocks, but haven't done pins. Going to maybe give them a go. Pins and darts. So there's a little bit more to pins. right? You got to pick the right refills that you want and stuff. So when I bought this pen, this guy gave me a refill. Did a little bit of research on it, but there's a good market for pens. I mean, the guy was selling them for a decent price, but it was still a lot. But I mean, it's a handmade pen, which is pretty cool. All right, Jeff Thomas, good to see you. Colo, what's up? Flocky, y'all can look at Flocky, even though it's ridiculous. We'll look at it. Let's see. See the key through the keyhole in the cam. Let's see. What else? All right. So had some Old Smoky Moonshine today. Hey, let's go, bro. Let's go. That's kind of the cheap stuff, but that's okay. I mean, I'm right down the street from Moonshine Central, so. Well, you are too. You are too. So, all right. So first, let's do a couple assets that people asked for. First one someone asked for was DBC, Deep Brain. All right. So this is on gate.io. We'll go back to what it's done already versus what it's doing now. So this is May of 2021 where it peaked out. And then everything kind of stopped in November, right? So there's two ways of doing this. Number one, you can pull from the November area. Now, some of these things ended off quickly in the last bull run because we had some that peaked out early and some that peaked out late, right? And this is the hardest part, was kind of deciphering what goes first and what goes second, right? But I'm going to pull this from both. All right, so here's the first one. We ran up to the golden pocket really aggressively. That's awesome. I'd like to see Bitcoin do this, right? Because this is what you see Bitcoin hasn't done. It hasn't made this extra little push right here, right? It's stuck down here, Bitcoin is. But it made that run up and chopped off at the golden pocket. Now from there, we are pulling back. How far back are we pulling here? Let's zoom this in a bit, get a good read on it. All right, so we made a nice little uptrend. Uptrend failed, and after the uptrend failed, we bounced it. Now we're back down in the golden pocket here. Right in through this area. I'll consider the golden pocket. Hold on, my phone's blowing up. If we can hang out in this golden pocket, cool. There's a possibility for a reversal. When you get down here to these support levels like this and you see things come down, stop and stall out and start trying to find support, well, it's decently a good opportunity to start DCAing. We're running out of time overall on how much more down we can have. So anywhere in the next few months here is going to be a decent time to dollar cost average, but not the perfect time. All right. We know things are going to start going back up moving into next year. And we only have 4 months left of this year. So slowly but surely we're running out of time. So if you dollar cost average once a month into your assets, by the end of the year, you're going to have 100% in. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, right? If you were to do 25% every month or whatever, that's just a strategy. But a lot of people are going to start doing this. So I don't hate the idea of dollar cost averaging when we know things are going to go up. When we know we're going to have a bear market, that's a terrible idea. Why would I constantly put money in to lose? That's a bad idea. But if we know we're going to have up, well, you could start thinking about, hey, maybe I want to start getting some in, right? Preparing myself. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're going to add a little every month already. Like maybe you allocate 3% of your money every week to crypto, right? So, you're doing your 3% no matter what. Instead of buying stables, you'll start buying assets now, right? Makes sense? Makes sense. All right. So this one's still pulling back. I would be leery though. This is an inefficient run up right here. And by inefficient, I mean there was no retrace right here. Okay. A lot of times these close up, especially on ones that are very volatile. This one is clearly very volatile. So if this thing pulls down a little farther toward the 786 area down here, this would be the absolute, I'm going to take a chance level down here. Oh, my nose is clearing up a little bit. Good. This would be the absolute, I'm going to take a chance level down here. Okay. That's a big retrace on the already large run up it made. So would definitely keep my eyes on if we come down here. If we fail the 618 golden pocket level here, we start failing this and failing more, we're definitely coming down here. And this is definitely where I would take a chance. All right. XDB. Oh, XDB. Digital bits. I think we've done this one before, haven't we? Probably. I remember the name. That's XDC, not XDB. XDB. Yeah, XDB, digital bits. There we go. There's the full chart. Oh no, this is definitely rough looking. So March 22, November 21. Yeah, this one, look, man, that's tough. I'm going to grab it from the highest low. All right, so from the fib perspective, if I don't use that to trend line, let me pull that up. That's, man, it's right on the edge, dude. You could argue that it's already broken. And I could hear the argument and say, fair point, it's already broken. As you can see, the trend line broke down here. I'm going to warn you to be careful because this thing is so far down that it may get caught here and trapped. I like that it jumped some of these moving averages as well. Look at that. Jump some of those moving averages. I bet you this thing would like to take a move back to this 200 moving average, which is up here at about 0012. As far as how far could it run, that 200 moving average and then this 236 fib, which is a 00182, those both are targets now. As you've made this sharp uptrend after all that sell pressure, slowly but surely this thing's trying its best to move back up. And I want you to look at that. That fib line lines up with the 21 EMA and roughly with the 50 moving average on the weekly. All right. So as you see, it just got over the 8. So it may take a little bit because there's still not very much volume in this. It may take a little bit, but there could be a recapture back up here to this 236 fib, which I think would be awesome. It'd be really good for a lot of people. Dagmatic. What else you got? Let's see, Caspa. Everybody always asks for that one. ADS. Nose is clearing up a bit after a swig of bourbon. Coincidence? I think not. Let's have another. By the way, this is Crypto After Dark, not Before Dark. It's for the adults. If you can't handle that, I'm sorry. Go watch a kid's channel. I don't know what else to tell you. And no kids over here. All right? Only grown men and grown women. If you got a problem with that, okay. Go holler at somebody who cares. I don't know what to say, right? We do an adult thing here. We shouldn't be on an investment channel as a child anyway. You should be on a one of those channels where they open up presents or something. Right? But this is the big boy game, so we do big boy stuff here. I don't like to have a drink of whiskey or a cold beer when the time's right. A couple of people have commented and said that that's stupid and I shouldn't do that. And that's great. I appreciate your moral victory. But you know nothing about me, so be careful. You have no idea what I've dealt with and went through, so don't worry about it. I'm a pretty chill guy, and I've learned my limits as far as the way things go, especially with the way my family is. So, we're pretty good over here. We're doing all right. So let's get into more of these assets. Flocky. All right. Flocky Inu. All right. So still caught in the mess a little bit here. Let me pull these off. I don't need any of that. It's trying its best to hold this support line here. Honestly, don't hate that. See that there? Trying its best to hold support. Yeah, here. That's good. Now, I want to see the buy pressure come in and take away all this gnarly sell pressure that we got right here that we haven't broken yet. Once the sell pressure breaks and we break out of this wedge, I think that would be a nice move here. But be careful. You fell below this wedge. There is nothing to catch you on the way back down. All right. And you see it's already came down here and pierced one time. Let's see what kind of move that was. Look at there. Golden pocket hit, right? Lows have been swept and it pulled right back up and closed along this support line, which is cool. I want to see a lot of these support lines hold. I'll be honest with you people. I'm really hopeful that we don't get a ton of down and we get a move similar to 2016, 2017, which most of you weren't around for. I'm really hoping that happens. We get less down and more up. That being said, there's no guarantee. All right. We could have had something similar last time, but the entire world shut down because people had the flu. Wasn't even a bad flu, just a flu. All right, so levels I'd like to see for Flocky to break here. I'm going to pull this all the way down here because I feel like this counts the fact that it came down to that 6.8 down there. I think that matters. It did it multiple times. We're hanging out of this 236 fib, which is cool. Got to hang on to it. If it fails this, like I said, you're free falling here a bit. There's nothing to stop it. You're probably going to fill up some of the liquidity on these wicks down here. Break the trend, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 275. 0, 0, 0, 0, 275 would be my first target back up. If we got over the trend line, hasn't done it yet though. All right, keep an eye on it though. All right, DAG. All right, so one would argue that we've failed the uptrend here, but I'd also say that it's still making a higher low, so maybe give it some leeway here. Maybe that's the trend line, but that's very slack. Sorry. All right, it's still testing the bit of a downtrend here, testing the trend line. I'm okay with that. It just needs to break out sooner or later here. Hasn't done it. Having to be patient here, and I know a lot of people hate that because every time you see a green candle, you get all in your feelings because metagraphs and hypergraphs and diggles and whoever the hell else you can come up with to tell you that, oh man, price is going way up. Yet, here we are. Eventually, you would think people would figure out that none of that matters, and it's purely based on buyers and sellers and nothing else. All right. Then you learn that most of the buyers and sellers isn't even people. All right. Then you go, whoa, wait a minute. No, that can't be true. Keith needs to shut up. Well, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to continue saying this stuff until it gets in everyone's head, and they finally start to listen. All right. So I bet you don't have an 821 cross here, and you don't. You have a downward 821. You just failed the 50. That's not good. You're aiming for the 100 now. This needs to recapture the 50 moving average very quickly and get back over it. If it does not, this is coming down to the 100 first, then we'll reassess. All right. That could happen as fast as this weekend. No guarantee. I'm going to sneeze at some point. I don't know what's going on in my nose, man. This is killing me. Shouldn't be allergies because we had rain today. Whatever. Maybe I'm getting the flu. Matic. All right. Let's go check out Matic. All the way at the top of my list up here. All right. So I've got a lot of these drawn out for what I think will happen in the bull market. That's these blue bars you see popping up from where I made the spreadsheet, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. Matic still hanging out here. Bit of a head and shoulders forming. Not tickled about that. You see that? I don't like that. That's not good. Need to see it break loose here. I do like the bit of buy pressure that came in, but it's very minimal. See this? I'm going to sneeze. Right about there. Oh, goodness. I like this. The problem is it just rolled right back over like it just didn't have any momentum to continue this break. Still under the 50. That's not good enough. Need you to get back over and start capturing some of these losses that you've taken. It did have a really, really solid bear market compared to most. Thing pulled back and then really regained some steam through September and 22 all the way through the end of the year. And it was up at a much higher level than many. Now it's kind of rolled back over and started to play dead a little bit. And it makes people upset and stuff, but that's just the way it is. So give me some heat here, get back up over that 50 moving average and do some work. But for me, it may be sideways or down for the moment. ADS, I got that one on the list right here. 5% today, but gosh, scraping the floor a little bit here. Continues to be a bit of a falling knife. Until I see some trends break here, a lot of much ado about nothing. I mean, it could do really well in the bull market, but we got to have some sort of uptrend here. And the sellers are in full control here. All right. Nothing but bearish everywhere on this. A long road to hoe, as we say in the South. That's row, R-O-W, to hoe, H-O-E. What does that mean? Well, it's a farm reference, all right? It means you got a lot of work to do. It's a long row to hoe, all right? I like the fact that it's down here trying to hang on, can bounce. If it doesn't, you're just going to get more sell pressure, and these fibs are going to get extended even more down. Not great. You want to see those fibs going in the other direction. Not happening yet. Caspa. All right. So, warning. Every single time I say this is going down, it continues to go up. So, all right. Still over the 821, still hasn't failed. It did that back here in July and then immediately popped back over and kept going and made me look like a fool. It did it again at the end of July. Immediately popped back over and made me look like a fool. So how about we fail this 821 solidly? The 50 moving average has started to flatten out a little bit. This thing is way up compared to most. Had an awesome move so far. It got a lot of people excited thinking that they're all going to get rich tomorrow. I don't really think that's going to happen, but I'm glad to see people making money. But be forewarned that it can't go up forever, okay? I do think there's more in it, just maybe later, not right now. I don't like how hot it's running as opposed to everything else. We've seen that in the past, mean that once everything else starts to go back up, well, it tends to chill out. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. So keep an eye out, watch it closely, okay? It's in between the wait a minute zone right now, in between the 8 and the 21 EMA. So I'm just going to wait here. I do have this on the list to buy for the bull market because it's done very well. Got a lot of people talking about it and stuff like that. So, I don't necessarily really care about that kind of stuff, but I also know that when the tides are rising, all the ships come up. So I want to be a part of that. All right. So, Scoopity Poop says AVAX. What a name, bro. What a name. That's an epic name. Link.xlm. Link.xlm. Digital Dingo, bro. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hey, listen, I need you to rally those crypto underground guys. Get them stirred up, bro. Come on. It's time to get hot again. A lot of discords kind of went quiet in the bear market. I tried my best to keep it moving harder in the bear market. We had a lot of people leave. Probably 70% of everybody that we had is gone. That sucks, but it's just the way it is. I want to see all these discords pick back up and get the heat going again, right? I want us to all come together and make a bunch of money together. Evening, brother. Nice to see you. I hope your congestion goes away. Thank you. I don't know what the hell's going on. GMD. On ARB. This is the new proof of work token called KAS. Or is that what I'm already looking at, Caspa? Is that the same one that you're talking about? And berserkly out, brother. Bro, it's getting crazy in San Francisco. Thank God you're not there. Dude, that place is wild. Wild. One of the places that I wanted to visit, but dang, can't do it. What you bullish on for the week coming up? Maybe Solana, but everything's really dependent, man. It's really dependent. We get an ugly couple days here and everything could change. So if you haven't done so, please do us a solid. Right here is our Discord. It ain't going to work. Hang on. I'll pull it up the other way. I have a button over here for it to pull up, but it ain't going to work. So recently I released a list. It's a big list. The list is 130 coins so far. I'm going to continue adding to that in the coming weeks and days and everything else. Here we are. All right. It's very simple. Our Discord has a ton of information. The list is free. It's right here. We goof off all the time in here, by the way, everybody. So don't get mad if you see people goofing off. Send the pinned messages right here. Hell. Let me take off the camera. I don't even know. I can't even take the damn camera off. Figure that out. But either way, the pinned messages are behind the camera right here. All right. Click on the pinned messages if you'd like, or just scroll up a little bit. Right here is the bull run sheet. All right. I've already got it pulled up here for you. I went through hundreds of assets. Not only did I go through them, I wrote down the actual price, 3 different low fib levels, 3 different extension fib levels, potential gains for the bull market, and I put a chart for every single one of them. All right. I'm going to continue adding to this at people's requests. Some of the things you guys are requesting aren't chartable yet because I have enough data. So I'm going to list that on the chart when I post it. So just be understanding that it may not be the way you want it. This is the free section of Discord. If you don't want to do the free section and you want to get down, take it to the next level, well, here's our launch pass. It's currently still half off. It won't be this much cheap this long. All right. Right here is the link. It's $8 a month. I'll post it right here for you. Rarely do I shield myself, but folks, you'd better take advantage of the information that you get now before it is gone. All right. And when it's gone, I don't want to hear any complaints. Tried to get you to come in and do it cheaply. Everybody was being a super tight wad about a small amount of money. So it's how we eliminate the kids. It's how we keep the serious people from the non-serious people. Sorry. I know that hurts people's feelings to say that, but reality is reality. And we're an adult channel here, so deal with it. Ronan, what's up, brother? Being an extremely serious person, I get flushed when people are goofy. Keith puts in works for his followers. Thank you, Bullish CEO. Yes, I do, brother. I do this nonstop 24/7, except when I walk away for a couple hours. Wolf and I have been staying active, brother. Hopefully we have something to share with you and everyone else soon. People have been sleeping on some awesome opportunities. Hey, brother, keep me in the loop. Everyone watching, if you haven't joined Keith's Discord, you're cheating yourself on some great information. Don't sleep on it. Let's go, man. Thank you. All right. So before I do AVAX and these others, let's look at the dollar index. This is the sad stuff, right? This looked like it wanted to go short. And again, continues to push and push and push. Every single time it shows red, it immediately goes green. Look at that big green candle. Now, interestingly enough, today, Consumer Product Index come out, core inflation come out. It was up 3.2 instead of 3.3 as was being predicted. Lower than expected. That should have been bad for currency. And look what happened. Big solid green hammer candle. Now the only light at the end of that tunnel is that it didn't get higher than the previous highs. It all just kind of made an even high. It's not good enough. Did the same thing back here, right? Showed bullishness and then rolled over, right? Showed bullishness and then rolled over. So are we going to get the same price action here? We're going to need it because if this changes and goes up more, crypto is going to get pummeled with sell pressure. All right. It's the way this works. People are going to put their money in cash rather than have their money in a risk asset if the risk assets are going to fail. All right. It's just the way it is. Smart money will always win, everybody. Sorry if I hurt your feelings, but we are not smart money. We are retail. Now, we're not the bottom of retail. We are at the top of retail. Why do I say that? Because we have more information than retail, the regular retail. Regular retail just buys and holds because everything's going to make me rich, right? Wrong. All right. It's not the way it works. You don't ever take any profits. You don't have anything to show for all the money you put in and hard work and time you put in, right? We have to be able to take profits, buy at the right time low, sell at the right time high, and get out when the getting's good, right? We'll be doing that into the bull market. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to sell, like it or not. I don't care if that hurts your feelings. I'm going to sell, especially altcoins. I'm going to bail on them jokers when the end of the bull market happens. And that's all there is to it. Watch the dollar index closely. If we crack through here and we break this trend line, which it's right up against right now, nose is bleeding a little bit. Hold on. I haven't had a good nosebleed in a long time. Yep, a little bit of blood. Sorry. Ooh. Haven't had one of them in a while. It'll probably keep going. I just got to deal with it. The show must go on, yeah? So, depending on how you draw this trend line, either way, it's not really over it. Even if I draw it another way and be subjective with it and say, oh, you know, I don't think that's right, or I don't think, none of them are over. It's right against it. So let's keep an eye on it and be careful and be ready to pull out and get out of this. Be ready to get out of the mess if things turn bad. Okay. I'm watching the dollar index very closely. AVAX. AVAX doing exactly what some others are doing, like Matic, and showing me a lot of sell pressure and not being able to get over the hump. Downward 821 cross under the 50, 100, 200. No bueno there. I pull up the cloud. She's slipped under the cloud. She's almost completely negative on the cloud. All right. What actually is now red cloud, candles under, conversion under base. No good. Lag under candles, no good. She's all 4 short on AVAX on the cloud. How about the pivots? Almost at S1, you bounced off of it, but you have no higher low. You've only got lower highs. No good. I need to see this thing snap loose and take some more profits or take some more moves up. And as a matter of fact, make a bullish showing, break some moving averages, or potentially break back over the cloud. Not much to report back on AVAX at the moment. All right. Link. I'm still in Link. It's still trying. Hasn't gotten over the hump yet. Every time I think it's going to do something, it kind of slows down. It come up to this fib line, hit it perfect, and failed. Let me step back for a second on Link here and show you. This is the 2023 move for Link. I'm sorry, 2022 and 2023. Dead sideways. Come on, man. Give me something. Interestingly enough, I'll pull up the Bollinger Bands here to show you. They got very tight back here. We moved down. Since then, we've jumped back over the Bollinger Band midline, which is the orange line you see right there. We jumped back over that. That's good. That sets us up into a bullish scenario. But we did tag the top of the Bollinger Bands and stop. Now, the Bollinger Bands have flattened out and started moving sideways again. If we can maintain up here and these Bollinger Bands start to tighten, we may see a break north, which would be awesome. Now, we didn't get that last time. We got all down, right? I want to see this thing break north and give me something. It's done nothing for half of 2022 and the whole of 2023. Just dead ass sideways. Like, you would think eventually Link here gets some nuts and starts moving. Even the monthly Bollinger Bands are getting tight on Link. I mean, what about 2 week? Let's look at something stupid like 2 week. 2 week. Yeah, look how tight the Bollinger Bands are on the 2 week. Right? So something's going to happen eventually here. We just got to wait for it. Right? Can't do anything about it. Bollinger Bands tight on the daily. Look at that. All that consolidation's got it tight. And by the way, while we're at it, look at Bitcoin on the Bollinger Bands. Squeeze. This means volatility is incoming, okay? One way or the other, we're going to get volatility here. When these Bollinger Bands get tight, something's got to happen. I like the fact that we were over the 821 and 50 and 100 and 200 under the 50. I like to see it get back over that. If we can get back over that 50, great. We'll break these Bollinger Bands north, and we'll see more volatility to the upside. And I still have that 34,000 upside level for me as far as how far I think it'll go with this next move. Could it go to 40? I think, yes, it could go to 40. I think it's a bit doubtful for me. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Dot. All right, polka dot. Same thing as AVAX. All bearish here. Nothing to report good. XLM. Not we're spending a whole bunch of time on that one. XLM. All right, so similar story with XRP as XLM here. Balancing sideways, trying to get back over, but not quite doing it. All right, kind of hanging on by a thread here. Under the 821, I need you to break north here. If I add in some pivots and show you some basic levels to crack, guess what? Right above the price is what it needs to break in order to show me more upside. It hasn't done it yet. Honestly, this looks down and sideways to me like it's going to chase toward this 50 moving average, which is down here. That's probably going to go a bit sideways, and that 50 is going to catch up some first. All right, so I'm hopeful we get an up move here and we can get back over this pivot. That's what I want to happen. Not necessarily going to happen that way, but that's what I want. If that doesn't happen, we're going to move back down to this 50, and then we'll see if that holds support or not. And I think it could. So if the 50 can hold support, we'll get some more up. No guarantee. And I'll show you XRP as an example, right? Here you go. XRP bounced on that 50 moving average, got up to the 821 and kind of stalled, right? But you see this happen that hasn't happened on XLM yet, that bounce of the 50 moving average. Okay. Cool. But I need you to get back over the pivot, which is way up there. It's kind of a bearish, bullish filter, right? Hasn't gotten there yet. Gonna need some more time. GMD. GMD. I'm gonna have to use this Arbitrum chart for I don't want to use that. That's terrible. I didn't want to have to go to let's see if BitGet works. 67 is this. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Yeah, so still got a lot of pressure down here. Hasn't quite cracked yet. I like it jumping over the 821. Seems to have swept the low here. That's what we call that when it comes down to the low point but doesn't break. That's sweeping the lows. I like that. For this to crack north, 821 is good and all, but that 50 moving average is still way up there and may need some time to get itself together. It is over the 236 level at $66, which is cool. I think the next point of failure here is going to be our 21 where we're pinned against now. That's a 69.67 and we're at 67.41, so not too much difference. After that, let's see if we get a trend line test. Trend line test just happens to be where the 50 moving average is. Probably going to get held up there. But I'll put this on the list because I'm trying to keep all the Arbitrum stuff together for when I put it on the big spreadsheet, right? Put it on the big spreadsheet so I can see what everything's doing at once. I just reference that thing, the whole bull market. All right. And I think you said this CAS was on, that's all CAS, but it's the same thing. Okay. Same thing. So, let's see. Pop. Gotcha. Pop. USDT. He said it's a shit coin. Pop coin. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this one. This looks like a dead one. Holy smokes. This looks like Thor. Sorry. It looks like Thor. Hey, brother. Jay Nicholas, you're a saint, dude. I'm just a simp. I think that Caspa is the same one you're talking about. Scoopity Poop said, thanks, man, for doing the ones I asked. Not always here for the lives, but watched him and always leave a like. Hey, thank you, brother. I try to get to everybody, so I don't always. I forget sometimes and I miss them, and I don't like that because I know you guys tune in to see that kind of stuff. I'm sorry if I ever disappoint you guys. It's never the idea. Theta. Yeah, I don't know what to do with Pop. I don't know what to say about that one. I don't. That one looks dead to me. That looks like it's going to get a D list. Theta, same situation as AVAX and Matic. Under everything important here. You even failed this little mini uptrend. I need to see some more action here. Honestly, it looks like it's going to retrace more. Let's see. All right. If I pick it to the high here, it looks like we bounced the 50 and jumped over the 382. That's not bad. But there's so much trash in the way. There's a lot of work to do here. How about that? So once it jumps all these moving averages are bunching up together. That's usually a tough barrier for these to break. So be careful and keep an eye on this. It may get you stuck in liquidity here and not be able to get out. You may get stuck holding a bag. I don't want to see that happen. That was Theta. A shirt coin. Already done Dag Dreamer. Bit of a fallen wedge on top of the trend, but it hasn't broken yet. Need to see that breakout. 200 moving average playing a stiff arm right there, not giving up much gas. Bat making a run to the 200 moving average, just like H-bar did, which I'll show you next. I went ahead and bought this last night. I think last night on this. I don't remember. I bought it really soon, really recently. I always forget about Bat. I happened multiple times last bull market, and I just brain farted and completely forgot about it. People were talking about it, and I just forgot. So I've got it on my list now, and I don't forget it this way, because I'm a forgetful dude. So I like this running to this 200 moving average, at least. And here's what I mean by H-bar doing the same thing. Here you go. Ran to the 200 and failed, but at least it ran to the 200. It tried to break it, immediately rejected. All right. So it looks like Bat's trying to do the same thing. And I'll probably end up taking some profits on it if it doesn't get up and hold over it. Because I think that might happen again. Here's a couple that intrigued me. Filecoin. Problem. It's just buried under this trend line, straight headbutting it the whole time. It just can't get over the hump here. Killing me. So, I'm stuck. I want to sell it, but I don't want to sell it because it's seemingly at some sort of support. Problem is, all this trash is right above the price. It's going to take a ton of buy volume to get up over that. Man, it pushes me away and makes me want to say sell it and stop. So I'm in a tough spot on it. I want to bail, and I may take part of it out, honestly. just letting me down. Same thing with the VRA. Same move, ton of trash above the price, having a hard time getting moving. Every time I think it's going to go, it hits the pause button on me and pulls back on the reins. So, stuck waiting. Sucks, but I'm stuck waiting. Oh, you're good, Dreamer. Dion. MXC. All right, so you failed the 50, 100, 8, 21, and 200s on the way. So 00225 looks to be the next point of reference here. That's the 200 moving average. You see how close it is. It's going to hit that. I mean, it's pointing straight towards it. If it doesn't hit, it'll get very close. I wouldn't make a move until that thing bounced. For me, there's worth taking a chance if it does hit that. I mean, it's not a ton of difference in price, but you're going to immediately lose. So it's up to you. RXD. ST. Oh, that's Radiant. Okay. Oh, look at that one. That one popped up and made a move. I got that over here, don't I? Let me look. I think I got that over here. No, I don't have it on this list. I'm going to write that one down, though. These small charts like this with not a ton of history tend to do a lot. All right, we've seen this a lot in the last bull market when they didn't have a whole bunch of information out there. A lot came of it. So keep an eye on this one. I do like the 821 jump. I like over the 50 and the 100. Don't even have a 200 moving average yet. So this one doesn't look bad. I'd keep my eye on it. If you were in it, it's not a sell signal yet, right? You don't have a sell signal yet. So space. Space. I'm writing these down so I can put them on the list too. Space chain. Whew, this one's kind of flying high. Not a sell signal, but a lot of these are flying high like this and eventually rolling back over. If you're in it, I don't see anything that says run away yet. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. But this is still trending up. I can't knock it. Can't knock it. All right? Still trending up. Let's see. No, he's joking. XDC and ALGO. Let's do ALGO. Already got that wrote down. All right, Algorand jumped over the 821 but got rejected by the 50 very hard. Look at that. Like high school crush rejection. She's not taking you to the prom type rejection. So don't like that. I do like the fact that it jumped the trend though. See that trend line right there? She jumped over. Very nice. Now prove it. Break that 50 moving average and do something for God's sakes. Come on. This thing's had a horrible bear market and a horrible 2023. Give me something here, Algorand. Come on. You see, I've already bought. I'm here for you, people. I'm on your team. Algorand's probably going to let me down again, but I'm here. XDC. XDC. All right. After making a hell of a run up to the golden pocket and stopping right where I thought, now it's sitting on the 50 fib and bouncing back a little bit. On the daily, if I zoom in a little bit here, start to see that she's making a bit of a flag on top of the 50 moving average. Not bad. It did jump back over the 8 EMA off of the 21. Still no sell signal. Nothing wrong with taking profits, but not a sell signal. All right. So maybe you don't exit all the way out. Maybe you just take some profits. Be careful though. This thing outran a lot of tokens. And because of that, may slow down. I think there's a possibility it could go a little farther, but please understand that it can get dicey and it can jump back on you very quickly. Have a plan before you do it. How about that? Now, I got 5 minutes left. I want to discuss something. So, it came to my attention this morning, and I didn't see the DM until later this afternoon. So that's on me and my bad. But there's a dead-ass copy of a Ponzi that just came out. A dead-ass copy of a Ponzi. I'm not going to mention their name yet. I'm going to do it on Twitter tomorrow. It's X now. And then I'll do a little video. I don't like giving scams press. All right? So if I say your name and you're a scam, I'm going to say it one time to give you bad press, and that's it. All right, so it's the same colors as the other Ponzi, the same font on the website. The website's a cheap $10.99, $11 website. They're using a cheap cloud server. You can't see who the people are. They pay very high APY. You have to lock your tokens in and buy nodes. All right. They specifically mention the other thing that they copied on their website and how they're better than them. That's bad business. Anyone who's ever ran a business or worked for a small business knows you never mention your competition by name. You never bring them up because you always want to talk about how you're better than them. And even if someone asks you about the competition, you divert it. This is very simple stuff that any real business person knows. For instance, someone says, "Hey, Keith, have you heard about the 687 assassins, not the 786 assassins? They chart and they use the opposite of what you do." And I say, you know what? I've heard about them. They're going to do their thing, but let me tell you what we do. All right. That's diverting you from them to me without saying a word about them. Never do I need to mention the competition specifically by name on my own website as a headline. What are you thinking? If it's a node as a service, why can't I see the code? Show me the code for the node to run on the VPS so I can see it and run it and monitor it and see it collect data and use data. You don't have that. Gotcha. You specifically mentioned the people who own the other one by name, but don't mention who you are. I got a problem with that. Not cool. You had a pre-sale. Not cool. I looked up the paperwork. It looks like ChatGPT wrote it. Not cool with that either. All right. So I'll go into it more tomorrow. I'm not going to say their name, but we've talked about it in our Discord, and some other people are already buying it and already shilling it. Now, luckily, these people blocked me after last time because I hurt their feelings when I said they were buying scams and they were participating in a Ponzi. They didn't like that. They got very angry with me. And a lot of them still don't talk to me to this day, right? Because I'm the enemy, right? God forbid I try to help people not fall for the trap. You have no idea how many people I talked to who lost so much money in Ponzi schemes last time. And I don't want that to happen again. I treat all of you people like family. You guys don't understand it, but I talk to you the same way I talk to my kids, the same way I talk to everybody, okay? I treat you all the same, and I want everybody to make a bunch of money. I don't want anybody to get sucked into the stupidity that happened last time. We can do better than that, all right? So when I say things like this, take it to heart. I'm not going to give them money. I'm not going to promote for them. I'm only going to say your name one time, and that's to say how bad you are. That's it. That's all the press you'll get from me. Thank you guys for watching, because that's been an hour. I appreciate everyone coming on here and hanging out. You guys are awesome. We got a Zoom after this in our Discord for anyone who wants to come hang out and listen and talk and chat. Over in our unlimited chat for all subscribers, it's a whopping $8. It's in the description of the video down below. Thank you for being here. I want you to make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. That's Jay-Z. And lastly, you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. See y'all guys on the next one. Sky's the limit. Peace.